These same military forces primarily target low-income students and students of color. The same military forces that are encouraging our youth to become an occupying force. We also experience profiling from law enforcement outside of our schools, especially if we are people of color. The line between police and military is starting to blur. We refuse to stay silent as Arab Americans and will not stand back as our fellow youth of color face police brutality and the increasing militarization of their communities. Constantly when we turn on the news and see the brutality of civilians they face in other countries, the trauma they endure. However, little do we actually consider the fact that those are the same tactics and impressive techniques already being used on us here in the US. Our government is funding local police departments to learn and get trained by people who occupy, torture, harass, and violate civilians globally. Urban Shielding is an event that brings together state, local, and global forces to teach each other tactics and provide technologies primarily for crowd control purposes. At the same time, Urban Shield also provides counter-terror trainings that are designed specifically to target members of the Arab and Muslim community. Department of Justice, Homeland Security, Department of Defense, CIA, FBI, Sheriff's Department, and your local police department are all learning tactics used by the Israeli military. Technologies that were used to indiscriminately kill and monitor Palestinian populations are being repackaged and sold to our state forces as field-tested weapons. We don't need our so-called protectors to become militarized. We need a new system that is community-based and free of racism. We need to feel safe going out instead of living in fear that a police officer may harass, abuse, and even kill us and then get away with it. We need to stop being profiled, criminalized, harassed, and dehumanized by law enforcement just because we are youth of color. Michael Brown, Oscar Lopez, Alex Nieto, Andy Lopez, Trayvon Martin, and youth in Palestine have all been victims of this system, and it's time we put an end to this brutality. Our youth must live free knowing what it means to be racially profiled by police, especially when those police are packing military-grade weapons. Thank you.